This is your friendly neighborhood misanthropist, and today I want to talk about a contributing factor into why I hate everyone. People are stupid and easily manipulated. My commentary is usually cut with a scalpel and not a hammer, but I think I want to use an industrial drill today because surface level commentary isn't enough for this level of delusion. So let's talk about the Braxtons because watching the public fall for Tamar's manipulation has me questioning whether people are just genuinely this stupid or just recreationally brain dead. And let me be extremely clear. Tamar has always been a toxic, chaos generating, narcissistic hurricane since the beginning of time. Braxton family values. This isn't a new lore. It's not a plot twist or a hidden Easter egg. It's the foundation of her personality. This is her character arc, her resume, her legacy. Since day one, scene one, episode one, frame one, Tamar has been the common denominator in enough drama to fill a library. Tamar has always been the detonator, and her sisters have been collecting more shrapnel than Iron Man's heart. And here's the part people keep pretending not to see. She is such a chronically intolerable person to be around that the only friends that she has are literally paid to be there. Her friends are staff. They get a paycheck to tolerate her. That should tell you everything you need to know. If someone's entire circle consists of employees, not a coincidence. That's a walking red flag with a Bluetooth speaker. So watching the public suddenly behave like they've been hit with a full system memory wipe, like their brains got blue screened, forced shut down, rebooted, and reinstalled with Idiot OS, it's insulting. She is not a good person. People do not want to be around her. And everyone pretending not to notice is embarrassing. And here's what people still refuse to see. This entire episode is basically a grown woman having an emotional Chernobyl because her sisters don't want to be around her anymore. Basically, this is what happens when someone who feeds on chaos finally realizes that the buffet is closed, and not all the way closed, mind you. They are open to talking and being around her, but Tamar is kind of like black mold, you know? They have to limit that exposure. She's spiraling, she's snapping, she's punishing anyone who stopped volunteering to be her emotional target practice. She's not confused, she's exposed, and instead of self-reflecting, she's detonating. Watching this all unfold is like deja vu soaked in battery acid for me. When cutting toxic people off, I've had to deal with that same outsider stupidity. The one brain cell Olympics, the peanut gallery always sides with the narcissist out of pure intellectual laziness. Strangers looking in ignore the chaos and lap up whatever the narcissist says like it's holy water from the church of delusion. No questions, no logic, no independent thought whatsoever. Just blind, drooling loyalty. And the actual victim blamed automatically because it's easier than using a brain cell. I get it, Tamar is funny with the face expressions that she makes. But charisma is often mistaken a lot for honesty and good character. You do not want to make this mistake in your personal life and end up siding with a manipulator. So I'm going to crack this open and show you exactly what manipulation looks like in real time. I'm going to walk you through the scene and identify every emotional landmine she dropped, like we're grading a demon's report card, which we are. So the mom just had a health scare, and all the sisters think that they're sitting down to talk about that. Bless their hearts. They walk straight into a psychological landmine without even checking the ground. Because Tamar didn't pull up to discuss their mom's health. Tamar pulled up to perform Tamar. She clocked in for her usual shift at Look at Me Industries. And before this moment, let's not forget season 1, when Tamar almost had a narcissistic meltdown because Tawanda wasn't sisterly enough. Translation, Tawanda wasn't acting like an unpaid emotional support employee. And honestly, can you blame Tamar for being confused? When every friend she has is paid to orbit her, she probably can't tell the difference between sibling and staff. It's giving, I expect loyalty because I signed the checks. And yes, we will get to that infamous loan in a minute. Because with people like Tamar, there's no such thing as a gift. A gift is just a weapon with wrapping paper. But we need to talk about the real nuclear core under this whole episode, the cease and desist. So Tamar brought her niece onto her podcast under the cute little guise of giving her a voice. Yes, the niece had a legitimate story. One of the husbands allegedly slid into her messages and she felt unsupported afterwards by her aunts. And that deserves empathy and seriousness. But Tamar didn't look to genuinely care about the texting a minor part. She appeared to be laser focused on the part where the girl felt unsupported because that small piece fed Tamar's favorite narrative. My sisters don't support me either. She used that girl as a proxy soldier, a mouthpiece, a human smear cannon aimed directly at the sisters who finally got tired of living in her emotional blast radius. This wasn't empowerment, this was a proxy smear campaign with Tamar pulling the strings off camera while pretending she's just an innocent platform provider. That girl was drafted, weaponized, turned into a human megaphone for Tamar's perpetual victim narrative. Because nothing fuels a narcissist faster than getting someone else to deliver the hit for them. And then when Tamar got hit with a cease and desist, she acted all shocked as if enlisting her niece to take sniper shots at her own family on a public platform wasn't precisely what forces lawyers to materialize out of thin air. So that right there is the powder keg this episode is sitting on. So the scene. So they sit down to talk about their mom's health and they end up talking about Tawanda's wedding plans. And Tamar suddenly remembers Tawanda has an arm because it's in a cast from being hit by a car. She really doesn't care about Tawanda's arm. She's only warming up the room before she drops the guillotine. Narcs always start with sugar so the poison goes down smoother. It's narcissistic foreplay, you know? Butter you up, reel you in, lower your guard. Then split your skull with the real grievance she came to deliver. Now we get to Tamar's grievances, the real reason she buttered everyone up like she was prepping a turkey for Thanksgiving. She appears to be mad she isn't the only lady of honor. The way she carries on, you'd think she was auditioning to be crowned Queen of England, not sharing bridesmaid duties. Next delusion on the menu, Tamar claims she was relieved of her duties. Tawanda hits her with the calm lethal win, and Tamar immediately glitches like a corrupted file trying to reinstall itself. Because there is no win. It never happened. And the moment that lie collapses like a Dollar Tree folding chair under God's heaviest soldier, she doesn't explain. She swan dives into her next grievance. She claims she was disinvited from the bachelorette party, but here's the math problem Tamar doesn't want to show her work on. She bought a ticket to attend an event. She told production that she doesn't want to film with her sisters. Her sisters were told that Tamar doesn't want to film with them. The event was filmed. She disinvited herself. She absolutely did. She disinvited herself through a middleman, then got mad when everyone accepted it. And because that contradiction exposes her entire house of cards, she does what narcissists always do when reality corners them. She performs psychological sleight of hand, a pivot so dramatic it should come with a neck brace. Enter gripe number 4, the cease and desist. So Tamar admits that she did, in fact, disinvite herself. She says, "Y'all know why I didn't want to film with y'all." Okay, so what was all of that about exactly? Translation: forget what I just said. Look at this new shiny thing instead. Tamar drops the cease and desist like she's dropping nuclear launch codes. According to her, the family attorney sent it. Tawanda immediately said he hasn't been my attorney in years. Tony looks confused, as always. Tamar is already mid-meltdown shrieking that they're trying to shut down my business. Isn't your business singing, touring, and performing, obviously? This is a podcast, not the Pentagon. Tamar drags Tony into it next, guilt-tripping her for never having her back. This isn't about the lawyer. It's staging because Tony's the family anchor, the one whose support carries the most weight, obviously. Tamar needs her emotionally kneecap before she finally turns her knife towards Tawanda. So Tony will be pre-guilted into siding with her by reflex. This is manipulation in advance, a loyalty down payment before the smear campaign begins. It's psychological stage lighting. Paint Tony as disloyal now so she'll overcorrect later, right when Tamar needs a cosigner for her next attack. And now, the next act in her one-woman pity pageant, Tamar suddenly shifts the spotlight to her safety and security because someone gave out her address so the cease and desist could be delivered. Cue the world's tiniest violin. I spent a lot of money to keep my family safe, and enough trembling self-pity to drown a small village. So she interrogates the table like she's auditioning for Law and Order Delusion Victims Unit. She's not looking for answers, she's looking for suspects, which is hilarious because the only evidence she has is the fact that the letter arrived at her address. That's it. That's the whole case. What she's really implying is if the lawyer had her address, someone in this room must have leaked it, and then Tawanda calmly drops the truth bomb. Do I even know where you live? This is when Tamar confirms, no you don't, before hitting Tawanda with the gotcha moment that she rehearsed more times than Patti LaBelle rehearsed her lines. I know where you live because I gave you the down payment. This right here is why you never accept gifts from toxic people, because they are not gifts. They're booby-trapped favors wrapped in cinnamon and detonated later for maximum emotional damage. And notice the pattern here. We are now on gripe number 7, which is an unholy number of grievances to unload in one conversation unless you're actively trying to psychologically waterboard someone. But watch Tamar's technique. She storms in, accusing everyone of leaking her address. They all deny it. Even Tamar herself agrees Tawanda couldn't have done it. And the moment the accusation loses oxygen, she drops it instantly for a gotcha moment. Why? Because the accusation was never the point. The landing spot was. Tawanda. Dear listener, this is where I leave you for now. We've barely scraped the surface, and she's already thrown 7 gripes, 3 accusations, 2 history rewrites, and 1 guilt trip. My thoughts so far on the situation: maybe this all feels familiar because I've been watching the same circus play out in my own life, different rings, same clowns. How I feel about Tamar, the ringleader, and her circus? Well, empty cans do make the most noise, and the empty headed applaud.